This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports, yeah, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
A blessed day to you, all my sports to the bone people. Thank you all for tuning in. So, a couple days ago, I shared a quote from Brian Lara's latest book, The England Chronicles. And in this quote, Lara, he was speaking of himself and Carl Hooper and the amount of abuse that they had to go through while playing under Sir Viv. Well, this whole thing, it has actually taken an unexpected turn. We see where Sir Viv Richards and Carl Hooper, they have put out a joint statement requesting Brian Lara to apologize. And, they are saying that his claims, they are baseless and they want him to retract. So I'm going to share that statement. Plus, I'm going to share a couple of other things surrounding this matter. So give a listening ear and let me know what you all think in the comment section. So I am taking this article from the Circle of Cricket. So shout out to them. Now, I am going to be doing some reading in this video. Good amount of reading. I'm going to be reading the article and I'm also going to be reading the statement that was sent out by Hooper and Viv Richards. So bear with me. Now, the headline says, "We demand sincere apology. Sir Vivian Richards and Carl Hooper disheartened by Brian Lara's baseless claims in his book." All right, so let us get down into it. So the article, it starts and it says, West Indies legend Brian Lara finds himself in the midst of controversy as two of his former teammates, Sir Vivian Richards and Carl Hooper, have demanded an apology from him for the claims he has made in his newly released book, The England Chronicles. They say, notably, Lara has claimed that Richards used to make him cry every 3 weeks and Hooper once every week. In a joint statement, Richards and Hooper have expressed their displeasure at the gross misrepresentations in Lara's book. So this is the quotation. Well, I'm quoting now from the statement. And I quote, "Sir Vivian Richards and Mr. Carl Hooper are deeply disheartened by the gross misrepresentations made about them in Mr. Brian Lara's recently released book. The allegations presented not only distort the reality of their relationship, but also impound their character in an unjust and harmful manner." All right, end quote. They said the DO said in a statement released by Hooper. Now, going back to the article. In this book, Lara mentioned that he was not affected by Viv's abuse, but Hooper always shielded himself from it. So here we have a quote now from the book, and I quote, "Viv used to make me cry every 3 weeks, but he would make Carl cry once a week. Viv's tone of voice is intimidating, and if you are not strong enough, you can take that personally and be affected by it. Me, I was never really affected by it. In a way, I welcomed it because I was so much under his arm that I knew abuse was coming and I was a strong personality. Carl, I know for a fact that Carl shielded away from Viv Richards." End quote for now. Why, my personal opinion before we continue, my people, the word abuse is really a strong word to use here. Whether it is physical abuse, emotional abuse, or whatever abuse, it's a strong word to use. Some people might say that guys are getting too soft these days, and that is why West Indies cricket is not how it used to be like back then. But things and times, they have changed. So even if that was the case, not a lot of people will want their names linked link to something like that. So the article continues. However, the statement wasn't well received by both Richards and Hooper, who called the allegations baseless. Oh boy. So let me go down into this long quote now. And I quote, "The claim that Sir Vivian was aggressive towards Mr. Hooper and made him cry once a week is categorically false. Such descriptions paint Sir Vivian as a perpetrator of emotional abuse. An assertion that is not only baseless but also deeply hurtful to both parties. This is Sir Vivian, as Mr. Hooper's first captain, has never caused emotional distress to Mr. Hooper. On the contrary, he has always acted as an encouraging mentor and providing unwavering support. Their nearly 40-year relationship has been founded on mutual respect and camaraderie. The misrepresentation of their interactions in Mr. Lara's book is a grave disservice to the truth and has caused undue distress to both parties and their families. We demand that Mr. Lara immediately issue a public retraction of these false claims and offer a sincere apology for the harm caused. It is crucial for the integrity of public discourse that their personal and professional lives, that the truth is set right." End quote for now. The article continues and it says, on a separate note, Brian Lara heaped praise on Carl Hooper as a batter and called him even more talented than him and Sachin Tendulkar. And I quote for this one, "Man, what a player. The ease in which he batted brought out a kind of awe in us. And in all of us, even the senior players, you felt that when Carl went out to bat, they enjoyed it. Haynes, Richards, Greenidge, all these guys would stop what they were doing just to watch him bat." End quote. Well, I tell my viewers and subscribers, that is what they are saying here. And whenever something happens like this, and you see, for example, now Hooper and Vivian Richards put out a statement together, you know what the next step is. If Lara doesn't retract or apologize as they have requested, then I guess he will have to prove that this was the case. If not, this could be some sort of legal matter. I am no lawyer or anything like that, so I'm not going to go down into it and try to let it sound exciting or, try to oversell it. But, common sense would dictate that if one person is accusing someone of something, and then the person, accusing two people of a situation, and then those two people come together and come and say, boy, no go so. You can imagine that, that is probably not going to go the way how the person making the accusations wanted it to go. So, as I said, I won't say too much on that. I'm not a lawyer, but you can all let me know what you think in the comment section as it relates to this. Big up on yourself and stay safe.